Hello, Neil. How are you?
Doing fantastic.
Well, I have this thing. I have been doing interviews all morning and all afternoon today about this new article that just came out, published by something called Left Voice. So you know already, it may be a little controversial. Um, Here is the headline. Feminists must fight imperialism in Iran without supporting the theocratic regime, without supporting the biblical regime. Oh, really? How are you going to fight what you call is imperialism? But then the article went on and spoke about how the feminists have to become fighters for Iran, but they don't want to have any of this religious stuff all around. Well, how are you going to separate that? That's number one. And number two, this is really so ridiculous that I'm shocked that this didn't get called out yet. And it may be because while they are screaming about the imperialism of Iran, they're also screaming about the imperialism of the United States and Israel. But they want to fight this. In other words, they want to become imperialists themselves. And they want to fight this. And this is even crazier than ever. If you, feminists, dear feminists, if you want to fight Iran and all of Iran's policies, why don't you start with the female soccer players who are living in terror? Most of them went home because they were living in terror. One of their own heard that her family disappeared in Iran. Why don't you start fighting for the women who are under that regime and under the scarves so that you can make a difference with women the whole world over? But no, all they're doing is complaining about America, Trump, Israel, and the war. And they want to fight themselves, but get rid of all the religious stuff. That regime feels that the religious stuff is all part of their culture. So the feminists are once again opening up their mouths, yap, 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 and saying zilch, nothing, because anything is easy in words. Anything can be said. Blah, blah, blah. That's why we have an expression, talk is cheap. Anything can be said. Where is the doing? Where is the activity? What are you doing for those girls who are so terrified? I am sorry. Are we sending these soccer girls to their deaths now? Sorry, feminists. Until you show us what you're really doing to help protect other women, your verbiage is simply hollow. And I could say that about any number of our politicians, blah, 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 whether they are pro Iran, anti Iran, who cares? But everybody has something to say, and nobody does anything to change what they're so angry about. Put your money where your mouth is. I've had enough.
Okay, that's the perfect finish up. You know, here's the thing. They're gonna all say that this war is wrong and it's wrong. Whatever happens, we're in it now, and we're not getting out till we win, and we have to win for the safety of our country and the safety of the world. And ultimately, if President Trump is going to again pull something out of a rabbit out of his hat, the rabbit out of the hat is going to be something unreal, meaning this was a plan to finally feel safe throughout the world by shutting down Iran and being able to, and then taking over Cuba and Venezuela. If he accomplishes all three of those things before the midterms, there's going to be a sound coming. So
No,
that,
they'll still hate him. No, no matter what, if he says up, they will automatically say
but it
down.
doesn't matter. It's the percentage of people who goes to the voting booth. That's
Well,
all.
that's another thing. And a lot of these people who are screaming and yelling don't even go and vote. So I hope
True.
that they will, once again, this is what I'm begging for all of our audience. Put your money where your mouth is. You want to speak? Do something. If unless you do something about what you're carrying on about, it's worthless words. And I am just so tired of hearing people yap, 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 and do nothing. I became an independent because I was sick of the right. I was sick of the left. I was just sick of it. Everybody's talking. Nobody's doing anything. I want to see action. That's one thing you can say about our president and contrast that to the president that we had before that. This one is a doer. I like doers. I don't want people to be sitting on their rumps and carrying on about what didn't go wrong, what did go wrong, what this and this and this and this. Okay, so question is, and this is what I do when people come to me when they are paying me for advice and ideas and strategies, I always ask them, so what are you going to do about it? I know we were all dropped on our heads. I know you were a victim of being dropped on your head and being all kinds of things happening to you. I know. We can all sit back and, oh, poor me, poor me. Why me? We've heard that. That doesn't get us anywhere. And if you are still stuck in the poor me zone, where's that going to take you? You're going to be sitting alone and just complaining. And what I have found is such a large number of people who complain and remain. And they're so, so upset. If you are one of those who complains and remains, it's only because you're not in enough pain. You complain and remain because you're not in enough pain. When you're in enough pain, you know what you do. I did it in a divorce. Neil did it in his divorce. Everybody who's had to get out of a job or a neighborhood or wherever, you complain, but you don't remain. You make changes.
Well, so go to drgilda.com for all relationship advice. drgilda.com. Appreciate it, Gilda. That was the
Thank you,
special
Neil.
simulcast.